wanted to show you a new Squarespace feature that's a lot of fun, and stick around for a pro hack at the end. So the new feature is available for any text blocks, and it is actually this text highlights option that is new. So when you're clicking in a text block, you'll see this A with a little squiggly line under it. And let me show you what these look like. They're called text highlights. And if I highlight part of a word, part of a line, anything, I can click the text highlight box and then it will give me a highlight. So this is an underline. This is my least favorite because it makes it look like a link. But I'll show you some of the options here. You can change the thickness. Now you'll notice that that's still kind of super thick, so the tip I'm going to give you at the end fixes that, so that if you have a lighter style like I do, you're probably going to want to use that. But for now, that's the minimum thickness that we have. You can bring it to the front so that it's in front of your word. It's really hard to see here because it's kind of the same color, so we could change that color. There we go. And we can also animate it, which is pretty cool. So let's turn that off and back on. And you can draw it, you can fade it, you can fade and scale, and you can change the duration of the animation. So lots of fun stuff there. But some of the other text highlights that I like a little better, there is this type of underline. There's a double underline. And again, I don't love those because they make it feel like links. And I think first and foremost, we need to think about what the user is experiencing when they get to your site. And if they see something underlined, they're going to think it's a link. So use those sparingly. There's also this type of highlight that kind of blocks out the word, but what we can do is we can make it semi-transparent, which is pretty cool. So you can actually see that. You can choose any color from your palette or add a custom color here. Again, we can adjust the thickness of this, which is pretty cool. And animation, spring to front, just like before. Squiggly line, that one's kind of fun. Feels a little less like a link. This is my favorite, the circle. And I actually like this one, draw. I'm gonna reduce the thickness a little bit. And let's turn off and on the animation here. Love this one, it's my favorite. We have more kind of lines. We'll just quickly go through these and you can see what they look like. Cross things out in different ways. And let me show you that pro tip. So as I mentioned, these lines, the thickness, this is still pretty thick, right? This is a little better, but what you can do right here, you can actually type in 1 pixel and get that super, super thin. So you can actually type in the pixel thickness you want here and hack the system and make it as thin as you would like. So you can get it down to 1 pixel here. So I hope you have a lot of fun trying out the text highlights. Again, use them sparingly. It really is fun for an occasional calling something out on your website, a word or a phrase that you want people to really notice, but try not to use too many. And again, be really careful with those underlines because they are going to feel like links to your user. So I hope this was helpful and I wish you the best of luck with your website.